soul friends. This is Miriam. Welcome back to my channel and happy Halloween. I am filming this on Halloween today. Some of you won't get it until late tonight because it takes me that long to upload things. Some of you might not get it until tomorrow. Some of you might not see it at all. And that's okay too. Anyway, today we're doing a Halloween reading. And so remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or it is just your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. And no matter how you look at that, it is healthy and you are in the right place. So we have 4 tarot decks for you to choose from. Of course, if you want to choose more than one, you can. We have our pins from our friend Valencia, who gifted us some pins and a deck of cards. Valencia has a metaphysical shop. This is pile 2. And she gifted me these cute little pins and a beautiful deck of cards that I've used in some of the other readings we've uploaded recently. This is pile 3. And pile 4. So Halloween or Samhain or whichever one you celebrate this time of year is all about, the veil being very thin between the living and the dead. Mwahahaha. So let's just find out what the spirits have to say for you and figure out which spirits they might be. That is our topic for today for our special Halloween reading. This is a timeless Halloween reading, meaning that any Halloween that you watch it for will still work. All right, let's show you which decks we will be using. They won't go in any particular order because I'm disorganized. We have for pile 3 the Halloween Tarot. If I don't do a big description about who sells these and where, like I did for Valencia and Teri Foss with our Oracle cards, then it means that I got those decks very easily wherever tarot cards and Oracle cards are sold. So like Amazon, Etsy, Llewellyn, those kinds. Okay, here is pile 2. I don't see the author. There they are. Focus. Half of the people are gone already. They're like, I'm skipping to my reading. I don't blame you. Okay, we also have for pile number 4, this. And pile 1 does not have a box. It comes with a bag. And this is one of the ones that I will put more information into the description box for you, along with Valencia's information. Their shop on Etsy is called Cat Rocketship. There's their website, some Twitter and whatnot. Okay. I will put their links down in the description box if you would like to get these cards. They do sell them on Etsy. The rest of these, I think you can get them pretty much anywhere you like. All right, let's look at your Oracle cards. All of you will be getting these Oracle cards in your readings, despite which pile you choose. These you can also find anywhere tarot is sold. And last but not least, this one I'll have a little more information and links for Teri Foss. And she does have a deck available still. I think it's a little bit different from this one because I bought this one a few years ago, but her work is beautiful. She also does all kinds of like paintings and prints and cards, like greeting cards, not tarot cards. Anywho, yes, so you'll get in all those Oracle cards in your readings. This is all about what do the Sparts have to say to you? Sparts, Sparts. All right. We will see you in your individual readings. Bye 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 bye. So, pile 1. So, if you picked this cute little pen, and you picked the Skeleton Tarot, available on Etsy. I will put information on that in the description box. Let's find out what your Halloween messages are from the Sparts. If you're like, what's a Spart? You might be new. I like to call them Sparts because that's what the funny, phony, accented women in old movies that are tarot readers always call them. The Sparts child. Sparts. Okay. That's enough for now. You're like, why? Because I say so. That's why. Okay. All right. So let's look and see what we have here. So starting off, we have 10 of Pentacles. Well, shucky darn. Isn't that terrible news? Just kidding. 10 of Pentacles is all about a happy family. But they're not just a happy family. They're a happy family with money, baby. I like money. Do you guys like it? Let me know in the comments if you like money. Okay, we also have the Knight of Wands. They call them canes in this deck. Coins are pentacles. Canes are wands. Ooh, the Queen of Wands. I like the Queen of Wands because she always has a cat. I'm a cat this year for Halloween. What are you guys going to be for Halloween this year? Or what were you for Halloween this year if you're coming in late? And then lastly, we have the Two of Cups. So what I'm seeing right off the bat from your spirit guides today, and try to keep in mind too, that on Halloween, like not only is the veil the thinnest between the living and the dead, but it's also in some cultures, it's more of a New Year celebration. It's a harvest celebration in other cultures. And so the gist that I get, and all of you scholars can be like, that's not what it is. That's cool. I'm not an expert on anything except for being awesome. I'm an expert at that. Anyway, the veil is thinnest between this world and the next. And so it's like you're closer to like the spirits that are guiding you, but it's also a time of tension in the sense that like, what are we about to embark into? Winter, correct? And ancestrally, especially. That meant we were like not all going to make it to spring, right? And the same rules apply today. It's just not like record numbers of people perishing in the winter months like it used to be, depending on where you live. So that whole thing kind of gives me the idea of like, how's winter going to go, right? How's the year going to play out? But life path decisions and life path energy is very strong during this time of year. And your spirit guides are going to be trying to tell you what's coming up for that entire year and for your entire life. So we're going to get into that as well. So with 10 of coins, the 10s are always about the end of a journey. You got this at the very beginning. I think that the main thing your spirit guides want you to know is that you're embarking on something that's going to end up like securing you financially in a lot of situations, okay? And if it's not like material wealth, it's going to be some kind of a wealth of another kind. But notice how they're wearing little crowns, even the little guy here. It's like you're going to feel like a king or a queen of your own world, if that makes any sense. And you're going to have everything that you've ever wanted or needed in light of this energy that we're seeing here. So that's starting off with great news. The Knight of Wands is also about like passion, action towards the passion, falling in love, just having a really wonderful romantic encounter with someone, etc. and so forth. It's a very fast moving night and a very fast, fiery energy. So some of you could be fire signs because we have those two there, right? But I'm picking it up more on this idea of like whatever you're embarking on over the next year is going to solidify things financially for you, and not just for you, but like it's something that's going to carry on. So like if it's not financial, you're teaching something that's going to carry on, or you're coming up with something that's going to carry on well into like your grandchildren, if you have children, well into like the next generation and the next generation after that. Does that make sense? So whatever you're embarking on is like a passionate thing. It's something that you care deeply about and that you've worked really hard for. And I'm also seeing that as you're doing this, you're going to get the Queen of Wands, which is like, she does this all by herself. Like, she doesn't need like a co-ruler to help her. She's got the sunflower. She's like the sun goddess of her world. Okay. And she's all about passion. She's all about like ruling with a steady hand. She's also about being fair. Okay. But mainly she's about being successful on her own. So I feel like whatever you're doing that's going to like transcend over the next couple of generations, you've been working really hard and going through a lot of actions to get there. And this reading in particular, are your spirit guides telling you that it is coming to fruition. Lastly, we have the Two of Cups, which is all about partnership. For some of you, it could mean a partnership of romance. And that could be what you're passionate about. And that legacy that you're setting up could be that your life together with that person, having kids, and just like sharing that love, right? Or sharing money. Like you can love people by sharing money with them. Try it. It'll make you feel nice. It'll make them feel really nice. Okay, let's get you some tarot. No, tarot. We just did tarot. Let's get you some oracle cards. We don't need a bunch, but we are going to take what they give us. Okay, I got two here. We have the High Priestess. Yes. So I feel like for some of you that this thing that you're embarking in could be a spiritual type journey. It could be you're entering into spiritualism as part of your everyday life, your everyday goals. Some of you might actually be going into like spiritualism as part of like career. Let's see what else we got. And then we have, witch hunts. Persecution. Okay, so what I'm picking up there is that, I'm going to put this right here. I'm picking up that because you are embarking on this, you worry a little bit about being persecuted. It could be being persecuted for success. It could be being persecuted for the choice you've made in a partner. It could be being persecuted because of the spiritual road that you're taking. You could just be taking a spiritual stance on something. You know, like there might be some turmoil religiously around you in your life. And like some people are like, this way is the way to go. And some other people are like, no, it's this way. And if you don't believe that, you're evil. It could be one of those situations. And I don't know about you, but whenever I feel like that, I always feel like a little bit like there's a witch hunt after me. The other thing I want you guys to know is that if there's someone like watching right now that believes in past lives and you're feeling that pressure, your guides want you to know that like that pressure and fear that you're feeling of that witch hunt is from a past life. I think one of you possibly, if you believe in past lives, like might have passed that way in a past life, or maybe lived through and saw that happening to other people and like, I really don't want that to happen to me. It could also be less literal than that for some of you. Some of you might be going against the grain of what your family wants or what society wants. And so you feel like to go through with this, and you've been working so hard to get there, you're going to end up getting like some smack talked about you, maybe people even coming after you, or at least, you know, demeaning you or slandering you in some way. But what I want you all to understand is that this to me feels very much like a fear and not a reality. There's always going to be negative Nancys out there talking smack. I feel so bad for anyone named Nancy that watches this show because we say negative Nellies. Sorry, Nellie. Nellie might be a little less common than Nancy. Negative, what's another N-word name, John? Like a person's name. A negative Nicholas. Let's just insult everybody that has the, you know, their name start with the beginning, you know, with an N. That'll be good. Okay. Anywho. John was no help, by the way. If you didn't hear him answer, it's because he didn't answer. He made a funny face and he kept going on about his business. They can't hear you, John. Scream all you want. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Oh man, this one popped right out there too. Let's look at it, I guess. Aw, we have a card that won't focus. There we go. Maiden Innocence. Aw, she's holding a cute little sheep. Or a lamb, if you will. Okay, so yeah, what I'm seeing is that, if there are witch hunts, you will be found innocent. Does that make sense? It's a fear. It's not something you actually have to worry about. Your guides are here to say you're right on the right path. You know this intuitively. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Remember that when you embark on these little quests and journeys in your life, that you are closer to your creator than you ever were before, right? I had somebody say that to me the other day, and I was like, aw, facts. Okay, let's see what kind of Halloween cards you got. Yes! Creating through the ashes. I feel like this is very much connected to this card, because I feel like some of you may have very well been reduced to ashes at some point in your lives. If you believe in past lives, you don't have to. But yeah, it's like no matter what happens to you, even with witch hunts and whatnot, you will rise above from the ashes like the phoenix. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. Yes. Okay. So I'm feeling like by winter time, which is right around the corner, they're already doing Christmas commercials and I want to vomit. It's not that I hate Christmas, y'all. I love it. I just like to have my seasons when they're happening, please. You got 4th of July and they're talking about school. You got school and they're talking about Halloween. You got Halloween, they're talking about Christmas. It drives me nuts. Stay. And I feel like that's also something I rambled about that because of that idea of pausing. I think that by winter time, you have allowed yourself to take some kind of a break because you've been working so dang hard. Okay, let's grab some other oracle cards here. I'm going to do these little ones last. I think the Teri ones we're going to talk a little bit more about the rest of the year, but we'll see. It's not up to me. Not at all. Hello, hello. Reflection number 32. Be wary of things you believe to see with eyes wide shut, for they are mirrors of the mad and truths only spoken with a bleeding tongue. Interesting. So I think it's saying reflect only on what is real. Okay? Because if you're reflecting on stuff that's just happening with your eyes wide shut, you're not going to learn much about the truth. Okay? I'm also seeing that as kind of being reflect on the fact that why are you so worried about this? What's the end all worst all thing that could happen? And it could be they tie you to a stake and they burn you, they light you on fire. If we think that anybody is out of the realm of danger of somebody doing that to you, guess what? You're living in a fairy tale land. Because people like to do mean things, okay? But I feel like you're kind of looking at that with eyes wide shut of I know it happens, so it's going to happen to me. And you need to reflect on the good things that are happening. Reflect on the good things that are happening in this reading and apply those as well. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm just like you, Padawans. Oh, 23, intuition. The number 23 is a significant number. You hold the answers. You know the truths. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. Yes. That's what your Sparts want you to know. Good. All right. Now, I'm going to move these down just a smidgen so that we can pepper this with some more little oracle cards. I feel massive power coming from y'all, you wizardy, witchy peoples, it feels like. Okay. Let's look at our Teri cards. And I know these are all mixed up, but if they come out upside down, I just flip them over because oracle cards I usually read right side up. Okay, let's see what we've got so far. I'll probably get more. Ooh, we have Earth. So some of you need to work on grounding. A lot of time when you're working on your intuition and your magics and your spiritualism, your third eye in the middle of your forehead and your crown area, right, are going to be like wide open. Maybe even your solar plexus and your heart, right? But the lower chakra, like the root and the sacral, I feel like you need to focus on that a little bit because you've been so wound up in this like spiritual world that your lower chakra is like bottom of your solar plexus, and your sacral and your root need to dig down deep into the earth because you will float away. Oh, angelic, you have angel energy around you. Some of you have a kitty cat in the spiritual world that's saying hi. Aww. Some of you might have a spirit cat guide you don't even know about. It's just a cat from another place. I have a couple of those. Their names are funny, so I will not disclose them here. All right. Yes, clarity. You're going to get more clarity as you go. You're doing great. I love that for you. What else? Let's look and see what's going to happen around Thanksgiving. Okay, so yeah, as you start moving into winter, you're going to have a more tranquil time coming about. You're going to have more time to sit and enjoy. Okay. We also have, let's see what's going to happen for December Christmas. Oh, it's going to be a mystical time. I like that color red popping up for Christmas time. I have to tell you, and some of you that read tarot will understand what I mean. These cards smell fantastic. And I'm usually sensitive to like any kind of smell. So like usually I'm like, oh, it smells like cancer. These smell like, it's like sort of like new book. But like I've had these for a couple of years and I use them a lot. But it's like, I call it new card smell, but not all cards have smells. Okay, let's see what else is happening for the rest of the year. We'll say the next 6 months. I see devotion. You're going to be devoting yourself to your craft. No matter how far ahead you get, I see you not floundering or like laying back, even though you've been told to a little bit. So try to keep that in mind. We also have celestial. Yeah, again, you've got a lot of like sky beings, like angels, right? Air energy, star energy with celestial, moon energy. Lots of good stuff. All right, let's get a card for the rest of the year. Dudes. Look how happy you are. I love it. Okay, so I feel like this is like really cool. So like I feel like I'm skimming the romantic connection that I'm feeling. So I gotta gross talk about that. So for those of you that this is about a partnership of love, look at what a great year you're going to have. Like your intuition's on, right? As long as you actually look at what's happening, you're going to reflect in the right way. Devotion, there's nothing better to get than a devotion card when you're in a relationship. Tranquility, serenity. I mean, that's mystical, angelic, celestial. I feel like for some of you, this romance is like a romance that's going to carry past this earthly life, the earth, right? And move into a celestial kind of relationship. So like this could be your bestie, soulmate in heaven even, if that's what you want. Okay. So I'm seeing good things in the romance department. Gross, but I am going to tell you something. Don't worry, it's not that bad. If this is a romantic connection, the witch hunts. Do not let anybody else come into the realm between you and your partner. And I'm not talking about cheating. I'm talking about the naysayers and those people that can't stand to see happy couples. And you guys all know who I'm talking about. They're the ones that like at weddings, they're already talking about how that wedding's going to end, like how that marriage is going to end in a divorce and how many problems they already have. Okay. Negative type of people. They're the type that, you break up with somebody and they're like, oh, well, I guess you should have done this instead. You get together with somebody after you break up and they're like, are you moving too fast? You're going to have those people. And like, I feel bad for people that are in happy couplings because the outside world will mess with that. You'll have people that do try to hone in on you or your partner because they see how happy you are together and they think, oh, I could be happy with one of those people instead of like, I should try to be happy like those people. And so then they try to like butt in on your like relationship. There's also like parents that are too clingy, that want to like, for example, like my parents were not that bad. But every once in a while, like my dad would get mad if we didn't like disclose to him something that was an adult problem that wasn't any of his business. So like, say you were to get arrested, okay? If we didn't tell our dad that, even if we got arrested at like 42 years old, he would have still been mad that we didn't like call and be like, Dad, I got arrested. Like, even though, and what's he going to do? Bail you out of jail? I mean, like, the whole thing is so silly. But anywho, I feel some clingy parenting coming in of like worrying about when you guys are going to have kids. And like, it might not be your parents. It might just be people around you talking smack of like, you're really happy. So you're talking about your person all the time. They're talking about you all the time. You're doing all these fun things together and posting about it. And all these people are like, well, then what do you guys feel? How does he feel about kids? Or how does she feel about not getting married right away? Just stupid crap that has nothing to do with anybody that's actually in that relationship. It just has to do with people looking in and feeling like they have like really solid advice to give you. That's why I said gross. I wasn't grossed out because you guys are so romantical. That will gross me out though. So let's move on. Spiritually, either way, you guys have nothing to fear from the witch hunts, okay? That's a fear that comes up, but it's not something that's going to keep happening. It's not going to be the end all be all of this situation. What's the last card we got? Serenity, baby. Tranquility, right? Devotion. Celestial. High Priestess. This card is like the one negative thing that I feel, and it's mostly just, it's centered in your minds, is what I'm feeling mostly for all of you. Are people going to be, nasty sometimes? Yup. That's just like what people like to do. I'm having a people thing right now. I'm like, that's because people suck. Except you guys. You guys are cool. But the people around us suck sometimes. Their work. So that being said, don't imagine them burning you at the stake, okay? Imagine that part in that movie. Did you guys ever see Practical Magic? I'm not even going to make you guess this one. And they're getting ready to like hang this witch at the very beginning in the big flashback, right? And she jumps instead of just, getting kicked over. She jumps, but she like is magic, so she makes the rope break, and then they're all scared of her and they run away, okay? Think of yourself doing that kind of thing. Okay. If you think about people trying to break you up, think about you and your partner laughing about it. Okay. Or do this fun little thing that I've done with my partner where like somebody starts like chatting you up in your DMs and they're saying dirty, dirty stuff. And so instead of like saying, hey, I'm married, I don't appreciate that, you just like hand it to your partner. Like, look what that person's saying about me. And they usually have a much more comfortable time being like, oh, I'll tell them what they should go do. And it makes the other person really, really uncomfortable. That's just a fun little tidbit of information. If you've never tried that, you guys, it's so fun. And like really not fun for the person that like crowded into your DMs like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it to be mean. Don't catfish people into it. That's not nice. Stop. No, okay. But anyway. With that little bit of humor, I'm going to let you go. If this was helpful at all, I can't imagine why it would have been, but if it was, you can tell me in the comments section. You can also give me topic ideas, because clearly I suck at them. You can also book a private reading with me if you wish, or just email me. and ask me about my process. I have a few different ways that you can connect and get a reading. So just hit me up. I'm on Instagram and you can message me there. And then Miriam the Mage is always my handle. You can usually find me at Miriam the Mage. All right. We will see you in the next one, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye. So pile two. So if you picked this pen, I wish I could get it to focus better. It's actually like the most detailed one out of all of them. Her little face is like painted like she has like little tears on her cheeks. Anyway, it's so cute. Thank you, Valencia. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going on your Halloween reading. So the way we're doing this is we're kind of looking at Halloween in the sense that it's like a holiday that in some cultures see it as a new year. It's also a holiday about death and passing on. In some cultures, it's also about gaining protection over the course of, and I'm sorry if you hate red on pink as much as I do, because I can't stand that color combination. But I'm wearing my costume, even though you guys can't see me. I'm a cat, and so I have stripes. Anyway, I have to wear comfortable costumes. I'm allergic to everything. So I have like cat ears on and striped hand gloves and like ears on my head. That's like it. I don't even have whiskers drawn on. So anyhow, that's why you see this horrible pink on red. Otherwise, I'd be way more color coordinated than I am right now. But at this rate, you guys aren't going to get this until you're back from trick-or-treating already. So we're trying to be all fast today. So, bleh, and you're like, speaking of fast, Miriam, get to my reading. Okay, so the way this reading works is we're going to talk about who your spirit guides are possibly, but more so just what your spirits who are close by to you right now want to tell you. And if I call something a spurt, that's just me seeing spirits in a funny accent from those old fortune tellers in movies and their accents that they would do. Okay, so we're just going to get into a little bit of that. For New Year people, we're going to talk to you a little bit about what the year ahead looks like. We're going to definitely take a peek at the next few months. Okay, so this is anything your sparts have to say to you, your benevolent guides. And I have headphones on, but I apologize for any interference noise that you hear. Ooh, that is so crazy. That 10 of Wands is on the bottom of the deck all day. I kept having to move rooms today. That's why I can never get anything done. That, and like as soon as I get going on one of these, I get like a client call. Not that I'm complaining about those, but I can sit on my couch and watch bad TV for a very long time, my friends. Like nobody calls. And then next thing I know, like I do a video because nobody's calling, and here we are, right? Don't worry, I will hold these cards up to the camera. I apologize for the glare. It's midday. I feel like I should give you these two more. You got more than pile one. Just saying. Okay. I'll put these right over here. Yes. All right. Let's talk all about it. Okay. So we start off with the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is about being right at the end of a massive job. Okay, and generally, traditionally, you'll see the 10 of Wands as that guy walking uphill with like a big load of sticks on his back, or wands, if you will. 10, in fact. But 10s are also about the end of the journey. And so with this guy, we're kind of seeing that you're at the end of something. It looks like you're at the end of like a big fancy dinner, and like there's like bones left on the table and like some type of a scroll. It's like some kind of a celebration that took place, and like there might be a few hardcore people still hanging in there, but for the most part everybody's gone to pass out somewhere. But to me this feels like a victory. Does that make sense? And even though 10 of Wands is all about like being tired and feeling like burdened, right? This card gives me a much deeper sense of like the burden is totally at its end, and that is beautiful. So that is what I see from your guides right off the bat. Let's also look and see what we have. Four of Cups. This card also talks about boredom, okay, or not noticing what's being handed to you. But in this particular case as well, these cards are different. You know how decks are. This is why I'm such a deck tart. A deck tart. It's hard to say, but I'm trying to use respectful words. It means I have a lot of them, okay? And it's because they all have different, like, there's different interpretations and fun little things, and I love that because I don't have time to read books. So I like to look at the images. It's nice to have a variety. Um, I don't feel like you're missing anything. I feel like there's a celebration that has happened, like the big party, but the party's going to continue on as far as you're concerned, because you feel great. Like you're going to keep celebrating, if not physically, right? You're going to be doing it in an emotional way, like just celebrating in your heart. And I love that because to be happy and celebratory about just like your current situation, whatever your individual situations might be. We might get into those details, we might not. It is a general reading. If something sticks out, I usually talk about if it's platonic, romantic, professional, personal, to try to cover as many people as I can and keep it rather general. So I feel like you're going to keep celebrating emotionally in your heart. And that's beautiful because there's a client. See what I mean? You guys are good luck. And we're back. Okay, so next we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands could mean several things, so I'm going to go ahead and get the next card. Judgment. Okay. Ooh. It's what I thought it was. Hang on, we're just going to keep going. I'll go faster if I do it this way. Lovers. The Star. The Customer. Hang on. Okay, we have the Star, and I love this Star card because it's so, it speaks to me on that level of like boldly going forward and just like accepting your craft. Okay. I take that in a lot of different ways. Like some people, even people that do tarot cards and other metaphysical type practices will say things like, oh no, I don't, I don't do Ouija boards no matter what. I kind of feel like there's a message there. So hang tight on that. And then lastly, we have the, wow, Four of Wands. Ra-cha-cha. Aw. Look at her cute little boots. Okay, here we go. So when I first pulled over the Five of Wands, I was thinking to myself, like, that's about conflict. So I was waiting to see what the other cards were to see what it was about, because we were just celebrating a second ago. I don't want to bring you down from your cloud, or mine for that matter, because I pick up on your energy. If you're feeling good, I'm feeling good. They're kind of like, fighting it out with this one. It could be work conflicts, etc., family conflicts, etc. And what I'm seeing for you is that all that work that you did and celebratory stuff aside, you are celebrating in your heart still. This is all also preparing you to just basically like go through every other challenge with just such a state of grace and such a sound judgment. Okay. I also see this as being like a time when, like if we're talking professional type stuff right now for some of you, which I do feel it is for some, that, and then some of you it's spiritual. Okay. For some of you it's romantic. So we're going to get to you as well. I love the positive energy that I'm feeling for all of you guys right now. I'm like getting happy for everybody because it's looking good. Oh my gosh. Like these cards are like phenomenally positive. Thank goodness we pulled every single one of them, huh? Because I'm excited. You're like, I don't know what it means. Tell me. Some of you probably know what it means. I watch a lot of these videos, and so I figure you guys probably do too, and you know what some of these are, at least. But anyway, judgment's all about answering a calling, answering a higher call. I feel like you know that, and you're working towards that, and you've accomplished that. It's going to keep on keeping on, right? You have sound judgment, okay? And so I love that. It's also you answering the call no matter how dire, okay? Even if you have to crawl out of your grave, so to speak. Just kidding. They're Halloween cards. It's fine. It's the horror tarot. You chose it. I showed you the boxes. All right. You might not have hung out for that, so. All right. The Lover's card, if this is about professional, that's all about partnerships. It's also about being watched over. Okay. It's a compatibility card. It's also a success card. Okay. And I love that as well. If it's romantic, well, booyah, you know what it means. A good partnership. And then we have the star, which is like stepping into not just your own power, but like who you're meant to be. And that is gorgeous, especially looking at this like year-long kind of thing. And don't worry, we're going to get a bunches of oracle cards for you. That's why we're all zoomed out to like 0.5 on my terrible phone. I know. I'm just, I'm never going to get you nice stuff, guys. I have cool cards, but that's about it. Okay, so anywho, and lastly, we have the Four of Wands. This is all about stability, partnership, weddings, twin flames if it's romance, okay? Great proposals if it's a job thing. I mean, like, if you're stepping into this star, this could literally mean that you're going to be a star of some kind or the star of your field or something, right? And you're about to stand out in a major way, and it's going to bring balance into your life. So you're not going to be like the guy that gets famous and then you like, wreck your car or like just self-destruct in some crazy way. Does that make sense? I love that energy for you. Okay, let me remember what order I went in with the oracle cards. Not that you know if you've only watched this one. I think we started with these. If you watched the intro and saw the different oracle decks creators, you'll see that we have two different creators in one reading. We have two different decks from the same creators. What am I trying to say? Good God. I shouldn't say anything when I'm trying to shuffle. Silly. Like a million different voices in my head. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Alrighty. Get your next one's out and ready to go. These oracles, even though they are flipways, I'm still getting to know these cards, so we're just going to take them for their upright positions. They have a lot of words on the bottom, and so I figure we'll just honor what the words say and call it a day. Here we go. Weather magic. Manipulation. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with weather magic. Number 23. I mean, I guess it could be bad for the ship. They're not having a good day. She's doing it. We'll talk about it. Okay, next we have Charms, Enchantment, number 38. We have, interesting, pile one got this one as well, Witch Hunts, Persecution, number 39. And pile one got this one too, Maiden Innocence. Okay. So what I'm seeing is just because everything's on such a high rise, right? This, I feel like, is what your guides are warning you about. And so let's talk about that for just a moment. Let me tilt this. Sorry. Excellent. Okay. With weather magic and manipulation, I feel like this card is kind of not warning you that it's going to happen, but when you're on a high rise of various sorts, and like all of you, regardless of what your, each individual situations are, right? You're going to have those people that want to manipulate their way into the situation somehow, okay? Whether or not they mean harm, like is clearly shown in this card, or whether or not it looks like this chick with like long, light colored hair. Who is it, you guys? No, I'm kidding. I see it's like this, just this cautionary, like, make sure you don't let people manipulate you because you're on a high rise. That's what I'm saying. Next, we have charms, enchantment. Yeah, don't be charmed by the wrong people, right? And remember that even though you're on the up and up, always remain charming yourself. Keep using those other societal charms that you have, social charms that you have. You can be charming, right? So just keep that in mind with your social life. But I'm seeing it more as like, don't be charmed by anybody that would be manipulating you mostly. Don't be brought down by people that I don't see this as anything literal bad. I see it as people kind of like, when somebody does a good job and everybody kind of roasts them. That's what it feels like to me. It's like that feeling of like, you're doing well, so people are going to talk about how, well, this might happen or that might happen, and so, they shouldn't be as excited as they are, or they won't be up there for very long, right? uh People are just like that, and it has no bearing on what's really going on. Play innocent to the situations is what I'm seeing. So romantically speaking, there's always those people that hate happy couples. This is a very similar reading to pile one if it's romantic. So if you want to double dip, you can go watch pile one. It's totally like that idea of like, if you're in a happy couple situation, people are gonna hate, and that's just the way it is. But other than just like not being sucked into any false promises or false friends, etc., right? That everything is going to be, just play innocent to it, and eventually they'll just kind of lose interest in trying to mess with you. It's hard to keep playing when the other person won't play. Like, you won't even come outside, metaphorically speaking. Well, let's look and see what else we've got. Ooh, Wolf, number 44. Four of Wands. See what I'm saying? Four of Cups in a celebratory fashion instead of boredom. We have Devour, the ferociousness calling within the howling of your spirit. I'm sorry if that is not focusing. I can't see it. Run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. I will see if I can get that for you. I'm not doing very well. I hope you can see it. If not, run it back and listen to me read it terribly. All right. I'm feeling some moon magic. I'm also feeling moon energy in the sense of fear around the unknown or fear of the future. Just be innocent. Just stay in your lane. Everything's going to be fine. You'll be able to tell those people, right? Your guides are just always going to, they're kind of like, they're not like worrywart parents or anything like that. They just always look at every angle and try to make sure that you understand, like, this is going well, but this is how it could go wrong if you're not really careful and realistic, and etc. and so forth. Okay, that's all this is. I like that this is like a card of becoming who you're meant to be, which is pretty sweet. And that's professionally, romantically, big life stuff. Okay, personally, spiritually, right? I feel like the last pile I skimped on them romantically, and then this pile I'm skimping on the spiritualism. I know. Get after me. Okay, let me see where I'm going to have to cover some things. So let me just kind of put this here. We'll see how we can go. Okay, what else do we have? The Veil, number 41. It's quite possible your eyes have become the fog in which you dwell, a half-swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are can be, that the tears you bleed are ready for the storms to turn the skies inward. Interesting. Okay, this is saying stay positive, but it's also saying that the same thing is, I'm getting the same message up here, that because you've already weathered so much to get where you are right now, the challenges that come forth are going to be easy to overcome and have sound judgment over. Okay, please keep that in mind. It's such a positive, like, so if you start feeling doubt, that's what I feel is like this. I feel like this is the whole cautionary line from your guides of like, yes, ride this out because it's a great thing, but make sure that you don't, it's just, yeah, that's what I'm getting, just so it stays perfect. Alrighty, let's get some Halloween oracle cards because we are filming this on Halloween. Sorry guys, I know everybody celebrated Halloween this last weekend. If you're watching this like right when I post it, I don't celebrate Halloween until it's Halloween. And if I'm doing a Halloween special reading, I feel like it's important that I film it on Halloween. But that's why we're doing like a whole year of like information here and just overall, your overall current vibe. Okay. Hang on. All right. We're going to start over. Okie dokie. You guys saw that one wanted to come out. All right. There it is. Look, finally something that matches my sleeves. Thank God, the red is killing me. I hope it's not killing you. You're probably not as crazy as I am. It's just those two colors. There's very few colors that I get that irked about, like icked out. Oof, okay. My bad. Creating through the ashes. So, like I said, I love that both of these cards showed up in the last two readings, which is interesting. But I love that it's talking about that idea of you're just going to shine through any negativity that comes your way because you've already accomplished so much. You have that confidence in you. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, another skull of light. Yeah, illumination. You're not worried about people seeing it. I'll put it right over there so that you focus on these two beautiful things. It's an illuminating time for you, whether it's about your relationship, your job, your spirituality, or just how you feel about yourself personally. It's like gorgeous stuff all around on this idea from your spirit guides, is like them saying that you are totally and completely like on the right track, not just with this life, but with life after, right? And like life after today, that you can weather any storm. Yes. Okay. Let's get the last ones. These ones I'm excited about. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about. I keep losing my cord and I don't want it swinging around in your face. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about your. Actually, these go this way. Your year ahead. Let's talk about the next month. So let's see November, please. Success, baby. Well, that means you're going to heed everything you're hearing, and all the positive stuff that's flowing in is going to get where it needs to go. I love to see that. Yes, keep meditating, however you need to do that, okay? I have a cat that sits next to me, and when I sort of like space off, she trills this little noise at me and looks at me like, no, you're not supposed to be thinking about anything specific right now. We're meditating. It's so cute. So I like the little cats. But anywho, whatever that means to you, lighting a candle, sitting in stillness, right? Grounding. You were drawn to red, so I feel like there was a grounding message here as well. All right, let's see what else we got. So we got November, meditating. You're going to have success in all your little endeavors because you're going to actually heed advice, unlike most people, right? I think you're going to see some people doing the opposite, and you're going to be like, ooh, shouldn't have done that, right? Clarity. Man, this card's popping up today. And illumination, right? Ah, I love it. Okay, what else? Joyous. I'm seeing joyous for December, the holiday season. I feel like even if you're not into Christmas, you might feel it a little bit this year. Just even if it feels like you're like indulging in something too. If it feels like good and Christmassy, if Christmas ever gave you a good feeling, right? Just embrace it. I know it's Halloween, and Halloween's my favorite too, but go ahead and get the spirit this December. You can always do like a little pagan like Yule tree. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Good Lord, child. Go watch pile one. I should put that in the notes for pile one as well. Earth magic. You're going to start connecting with the earth. It's going to bring you balance. Make sure that you're grounding. You were drawn to the color red. Okay. Good grief. It's like the same reading. This is so freaky. You see me shuffling, correct? I'm not. Why would I do this on purpose? You guys are getting like very similar cards to pile one. Devotion or devoted. I see you being devoted. If this is about romance, I see that being the case. I see you being devoted to ignoring that negative stuff, right? And following the advice of your guides. And this is going to, of course, just progress and get stronger over the next 6 months. You have angels in your corner. You're still getting the same cards as the other guys. This is creeping me out now. Like, this happens a lot, but it's not supposed to happen this much. I'm starting to feel tingly. Okay. Hang on, that bottom one. Okay. Whew, finally a different one. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, I feel a little bit relaxed now. Yeah, this is a beautiful time. Just embrace it. December is going to be a beautiful time, so embrace it. If you're not like a spring frolicker, go ahead and frolic a little bit. I want you to enjoy each of the holidays, like not just Halloween, but all the good ones, right? Just get as dorky about each one as you can. And that's what I would always say to people. If I haven't said that to you before, I will probably say it again. Okay. Rejoice. So the second half of the year is looking good as well. We have rejoice. Let's see. Spring is going to be about family, and this can be soul family. This could also be a career family, spiritual family. You know, all the four things that I always talk about. Soulful journey. Yeah, you're totally like, no matter what this is, like if it's romantic or platonic, or if it's career or passion, hobby, if it's, you know, all this stuff. I cover them all. Personal growth, spiritualism. That it's going to be a spiritual thing no matter what. Okay? That's what I wanted to say with that one there. And I see that kind of rounding off like from this year to the next because of the pumpkins. And I am filming this on Halloween. It's a timeless reading, but only on a Halloween. That's why I say timeless, kind of. And positivity for the rest of the year as well. Oh my gosh, you guys. That just is beautiful stuff. I just can't say much more good about it. So with that, I will let you go, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the cards, go to the intro and check them out. I always put the boxes and the titles, and then if it's a small business that I've talked to personally and aren't, you know, they aren't as mass produced as the other ones that I use, I usually put their information in the comments section. It might be a little late this time because I'm going to just try to post this so it's still technically on Halloween. So, all right, y'all. Thank you, and give me topic ideas in the comments section. Let me know how it resonated there, and if you want a private reading or want to just get in touch with me, there are two or three different ways to do so in the description box as well, so don't hesitate to reach out. We will talk to you next time. Thank you. Happy Halloween. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 3, and happy Halloween. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, all for Halloween, Samhain, the Day of the Dead, all of that fun stuff. All right. So basically this reading is going to be, some cultures believe that this was like a new year, okay? And so we're going to do a whole year from now. We're also going to do a peek at the holidays coming up. Not to get Christmassy. We're still using witchy and Halloween cards. I am going to do my best to do some reviews on these cards that we've been using for this holiday. And yes, here we go. So for your overall energy, we're starting off with the Ace of Cups. So that's pretty cool. Let's just keep on keeping on. I feel these very strong. Okay. Anything else? Halloween sparks for pile number 3. Anything else? We got room for one more. Let's take it. Excellent. Here we go. So we start off with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is all about feeling full, feeling satisfied, feeling emotionally full and satisfied, content, having what you need, having abundance, everything going pretty hunky-dory. So that's a great card to start off with for your overall energy. Next we have... Holy heck, we have 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is all about... Sorry. Whoops. Here we go. We have 9 of Cups. The ghosts are cups in this. There's proof in your first card in case you didn't believe me. Why would you not believe me? Just kidding. So in your next card, we have the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, as I take a sip from mine, is all about getting your wish fulfilled, whatever that might be. Since it's cups, it's going to be emotionally fulfilling for sure. I love all the little cats. So if there's any cat people in this group, go ahead and just feast your eyes on all the cute kitties. I have a lot of cat decks. We should do a cat reading one of these days. Or at least have a whole cat deck again as an option. I have a few videos like that earlier on. I think we have about 71 videos now. All right, let's see what we have next for your wishes coming true. Good grief, King of Cups. All right, I'm just going to keep going. Wow. Queen of Cups. Death in reverse. Okay. Good grief. Cups of Cups of Cups of Cups. 6 of Cups. What are the odds? So here's the deal. It's not like this is a new deck of cards or anything. Which also means, I was like, what is that? It was a pen falling down behind. Dang it. Sorry, Valencia. I dropped one of your pens you gave me. But anywho. The odds of you getting like this many cups in a row is very strange. Let's just keep going. And wow, 4 of Wands. Okay. So right off the bat, gross. I'm getting romance vibes for some of you. All right, let's get this over with. So if this is about romance and you're not here for romance, go ahead and start skipping along. You're as grossed out as I am right now. Just teasing, little lovebirds. All right, so here we go. We have Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is all about being fulfilled. 9 of Cups is all about getting your wishes met, or your wish coming true. Whatever that wish might be. So the sky is the limit. If you believe in manifestation or positive visualization to bring about healthy vibrations in your body and your soul, etc. and so forth. Let's go ahead and say that these are the best cards you could get, okay? And then we have both the King and the Queen of Cups. So if this isn't about romance, I'll get into that in a minute. So skipsies. This is going to be about romance for a second. Obviously, if you have the King and the Queen of Cups, it's a very well-matched, emotionally mature and capable ready to be like a power couple kind of couple. Not afraid to nurture and love, and you know, if like it's a mixed situation, you have kids, they have kids, that's okay. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So that's awesome stuff. What else? I don't want to get redundant because I mean, like, it's pretty self-explanatory if this is romance. The Death card being in reverse, I'm seeing two different things for romance. So give me just a second to decide which one I'm going to talk about first. Okay, so for some, the Death card in reverse just means that it took some time for you guys to get as far as you've come. Because Six of Cups is all about looking back and seeing how far you've come in certain instances. I also see a family vibe with this card. Sorry, I should have been picking these up and showing them to you. I will certainly do that. So see a little happy family, a happy couple. But Six of Cups also talks about a relationship that's been ongoing or a relationship from the past that's rekindling, etc. and so forth. So anyway, the Death card in reverse could be that, like, there were some bumps in the road, or like maybe you met when you were really young, so you both made a lot of mistakes. I'm feeling for some. For others, I feel like maybe like there was just like some slow to change action because people were young, that kind of deal. But I'm seeing that you can reflect back and see how far you've come, which is to here, which is great. And to here, which means that whatever else you want is it still within the realm of possibility. So even though it was a bumpy road for that particular group of people that I'm talking to right now, it's okay because your wishes can still come true, whatever they might be. So it's like, I'm really happy in love, so I can't dream of being rich. Why the F not? Do it. And let the English see you do it. What's that from? Tell me what movies I'm quoting. You never know, I could give you a prize. All right. So that's what I got for this one interpretation of the Death card in reverse, if this is about a romantic connection. So go ahead and keep skipping if you are trying to look at something that's not about romance at this time. Sorry, general reading. All right, so here we go. The Death card in reverse for the other group is also great news. It actually means that this is where you are, this is how it's going. It's not like to change anytime soon. And it's actually between the two of you has been set in stone for quite a while, even since childhood, even since birth, perhaps even before your souls came here to Earth. You actually made a contract with each other to end up in this position. What's the end? The Four of Wands, which is all about marriage, well-rounded partnerships, celebration, joining of families, party, 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 passion, 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 love, 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 dancing, dancing, dancing. It's just a good old-fashioned good time. What a wonderful little blessing for you gross romantic types. Oh my gosh. How fun for you guys. And cute. I hope you're snugging up under blankies and watching scary movies tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and get you some oracle cards. Wow, this one popped right off the bottom. And so did that one. So let's just, oh my god. We got an extra card for you. So let's scoochy, Manucci. We're actually going to cover up a lot of these cards as we go, because we're going to pull a whole bunch. A Halloween bag full of wonderful little Halloween themed oracle cards. I'm also going to do a bunch of reviews, so keep your eyes open for those. I put them just in the same general area. And then there's a playlist for just deck reviews. Okay, Three of Pentacles. I'm also seeing that for those of you that are looking into this for, thank you, spirits. I had gone through all that gross romance stuff and forgot to talk about the people who might have skipped. Okay, here we go, guys. If this is not about a romantic connection, this is what I would like you to consider. If it's a work situation, good things across the board. Like if it's a two bosses situation, your bosses are about as well matched emotionally as they are with being good bosses, being in charge and being fair. Okay, so that's amazing. Cups full, right? Nine of Cups means your wishes are going to come true. So even with this good stuff going on, you still have good things to look forward to and wish for in your work, and you should go ahead and strive for those. It's not like to change, okay, for some of you. For some of you, there's been some hardships involved, but it's going to get better, or it has gotten better, and you're actually looking back and seeing like, wow, look at how we are now, right? And before I didn't think we were ever going to change. And now I can look back and see how well we're doing. Everybody's happy, okay, for work, right? And so that's amazing. I'm not going to pull another card for personal growth, but we're going to talk about that in the same way, in a general way, same as the romance. Your cup's full. Whatever you wish can still happen. Even if great things have been happening, you still can hope for more. And you can manifest that. Right now you are very emotionally full, but you can always get more, okay? This is not like to change anytime soon. You have come a long way. If it did take a while to change for a while, you've come a long way now, and just look back and think of every day as a celebration because you've come so far. It is a good time to celebrate this news, so I hope you're out dancing, having a great time, and it's going to improve all aspects of your life, including your romance and your professional status, okay? Spiritual people, same thing across the board. Cup is full, wishes are being granted, right? They still can be, even though you have your goddess and god energy, masculine and feminine, yin and yang, all worked out together and well balanced. You can always keep striving for more spiritual enlightenment. This is not like to change. If it was a slow time coming, you're finally seeing progress and everything is great. Go ahead and celebrate that with the Four of Wands. And this will improve all aspects in your areas of life, including relationships, work, and your personal growth. Okay, let's get those oracle cards going. These oracle cards have been kind of fun. All right, let's see what we've got here. We've got, first off, candle magic and tension. Okay, so notice with candle magic, and all magic is always very specific to its course of action of what you want and the results that you want it to bring about. These cards have been coming out to me as like, especially when these cards up here have been good, and so far in all the piles they've been really good, spoiler alert. These are showing me like cautionary things because things are going so well for all of the people involved that are watching right now, and your whole year stands to be looking really, really good, and your spirit guides are like really, really there to witness some wonderful miracles with you and help you with those. They're going to also look at every little angle possible and see where they need to caution you. Okay, so we have intention. So always make sure that what you're doing, you do it with intention behind your heart. Even if that's just locking your door and you're remembering with intention, I locked my door. Okay, that's just a weird little side note for some specific people, and then just another weird little like analogy for others. Okay, we have number 2 with Hecate in the underworld. This has to do with winter, okay? And this is a whole entire year-long reading, all right? So what I'm seeing actually with this card is that you will have some decent like spiritual guidance and like professional guidance and romantic guidance coming into your life, but always keep out those negative types that might come into your path. Not to say that this entity Hecate is negative. I'm just saying that because these have been cautionary cards for all the other piles, we're going to do the same with you and say just kind of keep your eyes out for those phonies. Intuitively, I believe you can feel it because you guys are very emotionally in tune, all of you, with the cups. So many cups. Okay, let's see what else we can see here with my pile 3s. If I've been calling you pile 2s, I apologize. I did see this card just off the bottom as well. Remember, you have wonderful charms, so be sure to always accentuate and use I feel like you're beautiful on the inside and the outside. Okay, enchantment. Like, yes, you're enchanting people. And I feel like you you might feel like you don't want to like draw too much attention to yourself. And this, if for those that feel that way, go ahead and know that you have the authority to do that as much as you want. If you've got a glow up going on, go ahead and let it glow, is what I'm saying. Alright, so let's get some more oracle cards. We have so many oracle cards to look at today. It's going to be so fun. Or late tonight when I finally get this uploaded. It's been just a crazy day. Okay, healer number 22. Listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy, blessed by mothers, seen only by those who hold her mirror. Okay. Goddess energy, my little friends. So, some third eye action, intuitive moon action. I'm seeing that you are in a time of healing. So I'm not a medical person, but if you are, if you've experienced some health hardships or somebody you love has and that's affected you, I'm seeing that healing is possible. So like keep your options open, make sure you're asking questions, looking at all your options. Something is going to heal at this time, or at least has the potential to do so if you throw the right energy at it, okay? And your intuitive feelings should give you that, okay? Keep those intentions pure and strong with what you want. Let's look and see what else we've got here. This one's poking out already. Haunted, number 21. Interesting, 20 and 21. Or 22 and 21. I've had these cards for like over a year now. The breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet, the creaking of the walls as the cold kisses flesh. You're never alone when in the company of hauntings within bone. Okay. It is Samhain, Halloween. I'm just going to say that your guides are just telling you you're never alone. If you don't want to be alone, like you can call your guides into you. And that's like anybody that has passed that you knew, but this is also just like angelic figures and people that you are related to but you never met because they came long before you, right? And so Spirit just wants you to keep that in mind as you move forward. Okay, this one popped off the bottom, so we're going to take it. Voices, number 42. With a tug of the gut, feel them romance your very breath under the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. Guides. That's what I'm saying. Some of you might have some clear audio ability, like you hear voices and maybe they sound too far away for you to understand what they're saying. I always hear old 30s and 40s record music off in the distance, and I do not know why. I've never been able to figure that out, but if I ever do, I'll let you know. But I feel like some of you might actually hear like voices that don't sound like scary or threatening. I'm not diagnosing anyone with like an illness that causes you to have like a hallucination of voices, but spirit guides that you'll hear strange things, music that makes you think of something, and it doesn't have to be something you actually feel like you hear in your ears. It's more of like a song pops into your head, or someone's voice, you know, or you can hear like the words that somebody said like in your inner ear. Does that make sense? I hope so, because that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on. We have some Halloween cards to look at. Ooh, we have 2 already. I'm going to grab another one. Okay, here we go. Joy, rejoicing in the present. Yes. You have all this cup energy. You know what to look out for. Intuitively, you'll know who is good and who is bad, right? And then all aspects of your life are looking to really improve if you just keep this up. So like, yeah, all that's left really is joy. We also have the witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. Yes, you're a strong manifester, whether you realize it or not. Your guides want you to know that. Okay. I want this last card because it was popping out before. And you're like, last card forever? Nope, we have one more oracle deck after this one. We have eternal love. Love is love is love. and and it transcends physical death. Yeah, what did I say about your guides? That you might not even know from this life, right? It's like they have a connection to you even like though you weren't even born in this world when they actually passed, which is really cool. Okay. Now, my friends, let's get into the year ahead. So we're going to start with, this is the very last day of October, so we're going to start with November. And we're going to look at some December. We're also going to look at, we're not going to do 12, I promise. We're going to do 6 months, and then we're just going to do the rest of the year, okay? Actually, let's do, okay, November, December, New Year, okay, New Year, and February. Spring, ooh, no peeking, summer, and then next fall. How about that, my friends? Okay. Don't worry if you're a January New Year's fan. We will do one for you as well, I promise. On that New Year's Eve, and like I know that sucks, but I do timeless readings for the most part, and like these are still timeless readings because they're holidays, so you can watch them any year, you know, as long as it's that holiday. But like I like to do them on those specific days, or it just doesn't feel as fun for me. Okay, let's just go ahead and start. So we have for next month, or tomorrow and on, Radiant. Oh my, I think that some of you might be like little early birds when it comes to Christmases. I love the seasons. So like I love Halloween and I celebrate it until November 2nd, okay? And I celebrate all that wonderful little extra fall time stuff. If some of you are Catholic, you'll know what I'm talking about. But all the way up until like the 6th or so, okay? It stays very autumny to me. And then I just get all about Thanksgiving and focusing on feeding yourself and fattening yourself up for the long winter. And then you go into the Christmas decorating. And that literally happens when I'm still digesting my Thanksgiving dinner. We just like put the tree up and I start putting out the Christmassy cards. These are going to also be in my Christmassy card pile for this season because there's lots of witchy stuff and autumny looking things, but they always have pine trees in a lot of them, so I'm just going to keep it for Christmas. It's just going to happen. We have Radiant for November. I feel like some of you might be decorating for Christmas a little bit early, and I think that's just swell. We also have Enchanted for December. Oh, I see some of you going to like a Christmas lights parade or a Christmas lights festival. If you haven't done that before, I highly recommend it, especially for the people in this pile. Take a picture of yourself standing in front of a tree or a beautiful like firework display. There's some places that do little Christmas fireworks over lakes and stuff. It's very cute. We have Peace for the new year in January, and we have also Peace for your February or the rest of your winter. We have Serenity for spring. I'm not surprised, y'all, because your first spread of cards was so positive that as long as you just keep trusting in this, you know, and even go back over the year and come back and watch it, it's going to really help you. Okay, we also have Tranquility for summer. I feel like some of you are going to go camping. And I know the cats are kind of like in all of these cards, but I feel like maybe for some of you might actually have like a harness cat or a camping cat, a camp cat that goes camping with you. I know people that would take their cats and their campers across the entire country and actually just let their cat roam around during the day outside the camper. Totally just like with this collar on, and then at night it just came back to that spot where the camper was. It just knew how to go there. It is so wild. All right, let's see what else we got. We got Nature for next fall. So I feel like next fall For some of you, you're going to have like a late summer where it was like this where I'm at, that we had like kind of a late fall. It didn't get cold until like 2 days ago, and it got really cold. like like it went from like, 60s, 70s, 80s still even to like 17 in the morning and like 39 at night. It was like, oh my Lanta, like not a ton of snow yet, but the temps dropped. We don't usually have warm weather on Halloween night. Okay. Y'all, I'm seeing such wonderful things. I just want you to look and just refocus in on this wonderful energy that you're getting in this upcoming new year. If you're a person that likes to celebrate a new year idea, if you're one of those people that looks at winter as like a time of trial, I mean, look how well you're going to do getting through it. And I feel like you're going to have a long summer if you hate the winter next year. Okay. All right. Pile 3. If I called you pile 2 too much, I apologize. But what a wonderful time and day I've spent with you. I hope you have a happy, happy rest of your Halloween. Do me a favor and walk among some gravestones on the 2nd. It's my birthday that day. And I always love it when people visit gravestones, even when it's not anywhere that you know somebody. So, all right. Let me know topic ideas. Give me a little comments about how this resonated with you. You can book a private reading with me. There are ways to do so in the description box. Take care of yourselves. Have a spooky, wonderful night. Watch a scary movie. That's what I'm going to do. Or several. Take care. Bye-bye-bye. Hello, hello, pile 4, last but not least. So if this was the pen you chose, this is my favorite pen out of all of them. I mean, honestly, it's so cute. I just love hats. Okay. Then this is going to be your reading all about spirits that are close by and what they have to say for you. It's also going to be about the year ahead and just your overall energy is what I've been getting for the rest of the pile. So that's just what we're going to end up doing with you. Let's go ahead and see what we got. I was laughing about this whole time filming this because I've been trying to do this video all day long. So it's on Halloween. And now I'm like, ugh, on the East Coast, it's going to be rough to get this on before midnight. But I'm going to try. I like that amount of cards. It's just enough to be able to fit across the screen. Excellent. Okay, let's look and see what we got. I'm also going to not yibber yabber as much and just show you the cards, let you bask in the details, and then I will give you a reading on the spread. These cards are so fun. Okay. Mm-hmm. Knight of Pentacles, the Empress. These cards are so cool. If you like this deck a lot, as much as I do, I did give a camera shot of it in the intro with the box, so you can look up the title and the authors and all that. Knight of Swords, I believe you can get it pretty much anywhere where tarot cards are sold. Excellent. This is a beautiful card as well. And 10 of Wands. Okay. Getting some college-y student vibes. Isn't this like a terrible time of year where like finals are due or some kind, midterm, something? School's out for me, kiddies. I don't remember. Especially college. I'm not required to anymore. And then I taught for a long time, but I'm not required to have to remember any of that either. I'm not even required to have to know good grammar ever again if I don't want to. Okay. Some people will be like, we thought you'd be sad. Well, I guess I'm just not the average English teacher. Sorry, former. All right, let's look and see. So Seven of Pentacles is all about planting seeds and waiting to see them grow. Okay. In this particular instance, these guys are being fed because they're like little carnivorous plants. Okay. But they're not big enough to eat their little guy yet. We're like, why are you going to eat the guy? Well, those carnivorous plants eventually eat bugs. So we'll talk about that if we need to. If it takes on a more cautionary tone to it, I'll let you know. Okay, I'm losing my light so terribly. We have the Queen of Cups next. That's all about emotional stability, being happy emotionally, a full cup, being warm and happy in a female sense, or having a nice warm female presence in your life, like a mom or a grandma or a wife or a daughter, I guess. Or, you know what I mean, a female presence in your life that's nurturing. Or it can just be a person that's a nurturing type, okay? It also could just be how you'll feel, feeling mature, you'll be emotionally handling things well, etc. and so forth could also be what it means. Eight of Cups means walking away from something towards something better. So I feel like for a lot of you, that just means that you're walking away from, you're just not dealing with anybody's BS. And it doesn't matter who they are, who their dad is, who their mom is, how much money they have, who they think they are, all of that fun stuff. It's totally just, if you don't feel it, you're not staying. And I like that. For some of the rest of you, I feel like for a very specific few, some of you gave up like drinking or something that was like an unhealthy habit. Maybe some of you walked away from a relationship, but if it is, it's very specific to only a few, I feel. But for some, it was like, if they're not making you feel like this as a woman, you're walking away. Or if you're not feeling like you're being nurtured enough or getting as much as you give, you're walking away. I feel that for some. I feel like for some of you, you've waited long enough for this to flourish and you're just like, I'm done, I'm walking, okay? And so I'll try to get to all of you. I'm getting loopy. It's getting dark outside. Here we go. You get loopier with each reading, and I've been taking calls today, so I'm like double loopy. Okay. We have Knight of Pentacles next. I feel like this also goes into some of you walking away. Like, you're okay if somebody takes their time for the right reasons, like Knight of Pentacles, but if they're going backwards, you don't want anything to do with that and you will walk away from it. I'm seeing that professionally with jobs. I'm seeing it with friendships, romance, family even, all of it. Political stuff, all of that stuff. All right. We have the Empress next. This is showing me that you are doing the right thing in most cases from walking away, okay? I'm also seeing that maybe for some you walked away because it wasn't coming to fruition, but for some, if it is actually developing, you're actually going to be seeing that and you'll stick around. If it's there for the right reasons, it's going to be there for the right reasons, right? I don't see you mourning. I don't see any of you mourning like something not working out anytime soon for the foreseeable future or for this year, right? If this is a New Year reading for y'all this Halloween night, your guides are also saying the same thing of like, this is where you're headed in your life journey right now, okay? Because the veil's the thinnest at this time of year, your guides are going to come through nice and thick because this is the most clear. You'll hear them all year, most cases, at least that's what they believe. So they're going to come through extra spicy. So, all right, the Knight of Swords is next. That's a victory. That's saying what you need to say. That's standing up for what you need to say, even if it's not popular, even if it irks people and makes them feel like they don't like you, you don't care, you'll walk away from them. I love it. I admire that energy. I need to emulate it in my own existence. And then lastly, we have the Ten of Wands, which shows some of you are like at the end are going to be like graduating or doing some big feat You've carried a lot, but you're actually getting ready to put that burden down in a lot of different ways. Some of you are putting it down in that you're accomplishing something, and over the course of the year, you're going to earn something. Some of you are actually just putting that down and walking away from anything that isn't bringing about that abundant feeling. I feel for even like maybe a few, some type of a thing has had, you know how like when people have a baby, their priorities change. I'm feeling that as well for some of you. It might not be an actual baby, but it's like something happened that was big enough that you're like, my priorities have totally changed because that happened. And now I'm only focusing on what I want and what I need. And if it's not serving me, I'm walking. Okay. So some of you are putting it down that way. Some of you are putting down like some grief over things not coming to fruition. Some of you are just learning how to put things down because that's how you stay emotionally sound. Okay. So that's the overall energy I'm getting for you. So let's get some cautionary oracle cards. I'm saying cautionary just because they've been cautionary for the other piles. So we're just going to assume they're the same for you, my pile fours. Oh, we had the midwife with birth. I'm going to take these two. Okay. Oh, I'm going to hit the camera. Okay. We also have the crone. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to keep flipping these, and then we're going to talk about how crazy that is. And then we also have familiar spirit with assistance. The crone is death. Midwife is birth. Okay. I'm seeing you guys doing some major transformative shiznanny this year. From this fall to the next. From this Halloween to the next. From this big meeting with your guides to the next. All right. You are going to actually like, with every birth there's a death, and with every death there's a birth, etc. and so forth. What I love is that with the birth card, it's this idea of like, I feel like all this positivity and just your emotional, I feel like for some of you, you have like a kid has come into your life in some way, or you are a new parent in some way, and that you've realized you don't give a shiznanny about other people and what they don't, what they think is important. This is what's important to you now, and it's going to be what you focus on from here on out until something changes, right? Which isn't like to change soon. Number 5 is also a significant number. You can look that up. I also see 8, 3, 10, 7, right? We have another 10 here with a familiar spirit assistance. Your guides want you to know that you can call out to them. They will help you in these times. You're doing great on your own, they want you to know. But you can connect to them even, especially the more emotionally sound you get, you're going to be able to connect to them more, okay? With the crone in death, I see that you're going to go full circle. Like, your life path is going exactly how it needs to. You are evolving how you all need to, and you will be one of those people that when you reach your death, you will feel no regret. Does that make sense? Even if you don't make it to old age, like some of those lucky people out there. Lucky maybe, depending on what all still works, right? Let's get you some more oracle cards. Oh, hello, hello. You know what's crazy, guys? I'm just going to take these two off the bottom because I feel them. And you're just going to have to trust me if you can't feel it too, that this is something big. Okay, we've got... Okay, crystals and herbs, number 12. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold. A dash of healing straight from mother's home. Very cool. I feel like some of you are going to find a very cool piece of jewelry. Or get a really cool piece of jewelry for Christmas maybe. Or if you have a birthday around this time of year like me. Or perhaps, depending on how close you are to death at this time, depending on, you could inherit something, okay? And by close to death, I don't mean like you're gonna die. I just meant like, how your proximity to it in your everyday existence right now for all of you. Okay. Oof. Don't want anybody to feel like anything goes bad is going to happen. We have a journey, number 24, daughters of our mother, walkers of the unknown. Take with you on this journey all that you hone. Yes, this is your guide saying that you are on the right path. You've been doing the right things. If you have any doubts, let them go, because you're doing the right things. And then number 33, ritual. Your rituals are going to be strong right now. So any of you little ritual workers, if you got this card, now's the time to be doing your little spells and magics, your little meditations and incantations. Okay, here we go. Can you feel them wild creatures linked by the very, I thought I said way, blood you will spill into your craft, a ritual of dedication to self and those whose gazes hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. Number 33. I also see this as you have protection this year over anything spiritually unsound, which is pretty sweet. Let's get you some Halloween oracle cards. I will try not to let my crazy, do you see my cat ears? I've got my costume on, because even though I'm just hanging in and handing out candy with Mr. John, I am definitely not going out tonight. There's just nothing that called me out that hard. And then I had to do this video. So this is the special Halloween thing that I'm doing for Halloween night. Handing out candy, hanging out with you guys, getting this video to you before the light of day tomorrow. And watching some scary movies. Man, you got 4 Halloween cards. You got extra cards, but we're going to take them. I'm just going to flip them around and read them upright. And try to keep my cat ears out of the way. Cauldron, synergy, and healing. What did I say about you're on the right journey? Your ritual magic is strong right now. You've got the cauldron. If your birthday is around this time of year, that's actually your birth symbol is the cauldron. If you like those little Celtic, if you like those Celtic readings, good grief. Zodiac, thank you. Or, yeah, they call it that, but it's not really zodiac. Okay. Forgiveness, reducing burden. Okay. For some of you, I feel like that's kind of a big change. It's a beautiful card. These are very glossy cards, and like they're not that expensive, you guys. If you ever get a chance to get a hold of this deck of cards, I highly recommend them. They're so cute. I have tattoos that were inspired by this deck of cards. Okay, for next we have the vampire, emotional intelligence. And cat ears. Yeah, remember the Queen of Cups? This goes right along with that emotional intelligence. You don't get all up in a fuss anymore about anything. I feel like that's new for some of you, and for some of you, it's just like something you just keep refining. And those of you that's new for you, you will keep refining it more and more. Acceptance and equality, Lady de los Muertos. These cards are so cool. All right, that's all about, accepting that we're mortal and accepting the beauty of life while we have it. It's also about, I feel this acceptance of knowing as a female that you are equal to men. And I feel like that's something that some of you need to hear. Even though you know that, like intelligently you know that, like sometimes it's just nice to hear someone else say it out loud. And then I'm also seeing like this idea of like death is just as important as life. And I love that idea behind this culture's notion on death, is the idea of like it's not the end. It's like it's just as important as life was. And you are just as relevant in it as you were in life. Okay. Especially to your loved ones, your soul family, your guides who helped you through this life and greet you when you cross over. Let's look at these wonderful cards here. These are fun. I'm going to use a lot of these during Christmas time because they also give me pine tree lights vibes. We have for November, which is starting tomorrow, we have spontaneous. Ooh. I feel like some of you have kind of like this because you're so emotionally intelligent and you're not worried about getting your feelings hurt, I feel like that's bringing some spontaneity into a lot of your lives. And I kind of like that too. It might be happening in the workplace. It's just like it's making your creative juices kind of flow. Okay, we also have imagine for Christmas. So start imagining now. I'm hearing what you want to do for any vacation time you might have planned. If you don't usually decorate, maybe think about doing some of that. Try to imagine like it being a nice, chillax winter, not stressful, right? And everything working out because you've been doing such great rituals. We have hope for New Year and the rest of winter, okay? We also have abundance for spring. And I feel like this abundance is going to be substantial for some of you. Something that will carry you on into the next year even. Okay, so that's huge. Let's get summer and then fall 1 year from now. So like, ooh, I feel them. There they are. There's two. Yep. Yay. I love it when it's easy. Okay. Summer, we have spiritual. So I feel like if this is a spiritual journey for some of you in the emotions department, walking away from spiritual things that don't jive with you, etc. and so forth, I'm seeing that that's just going to continue. For others, I'm seeing you doing like something spiritual this summer, having an epiphany. For all of you, I see this as being a great time for you to even like think about now booking something for summer, some kind of a spiritual hike, some kind of a shaman ritual, some kind of, I don't know, ceremony, like a tent ceremony, that kind of thing. A sweat lodge, any of those. Yes, I like it. I feel like some of you might get a cat next summer. Even though these cats are everywhere, I just felt it for that one. And then you might end up getting more. And then by this time next year, you might have 3 cats for that one person. But you'll get them on purpose. You'll have so much fun with that one that's what you'll end up doing. It's what happens to all of us. Okay. I feel you notice how she's got her little cap on. She's looking forward. I feel like it's this notion of you kind of coming full circle. You're going to be even more spiritually in tune than you are now. And I'm seeing it in all aspects of like romantic, personal, spiritual, financial, professional. Okay. It's great. And creatively, you are in a great place. I love also that in the healthy department, you are totally just like turning your back on anything that doesn't serve you. But bam, keep doing that. Okay. If you found this reading helpful, go ahead and tell me how it was in the comment section. You can also give me topic ideas there. Book a private reading with me if you wish, or just ask me general questions. You can get a hold of me on my Instagram at Miriam the Mage, and you can also find me at miriamthemage@gmail.com. If you want to shoot me an email, old-fashioned style, go right ahead. Happy Halloween, my friends. I hope this finds you tucked away in your bed watching something spooky with your mouth full of marshmallows and just feeling just wonderful. Take care. We'll see you. Bye-bye.